what we're looking to do. We're looking to make them kind of performances where no matter what, they stick in your mind. This guy that we fight, Derek Quavez, he 27 and 1, 28 and 1, something like that. The one loss he got is a split decision loss, knocked out 20 guys. These are grown men he knocking out. At the time, they got him inactive now, but at the time, he was ranked number 7 in the WBO. You know, we were supposed to fight him as of, I think, starting September last year. So we were supposed to fight him in November. Last year, fight was postponed. But you know what I'm saying? He made his way up the ranks or whatever, so he ain't no slouch. So this is a grown man, you know what I mean? Been in the game, 29 years old. He looking for his opportunity. He looking for it. So if we could put this just like we did with Santillan, if we could put another one away that Latins, Latinos, they hold they heart dear to them. You feel what I'm saying? They pride themselves on certain situations, certain heart. You know what I'm saying? So if he could take another one like that, then I mean, again, if you know what you're looking at, that's some serious shit. But that's what we're looking to do, though.
He did another interview with, I believe, Ron on Fight Hype. I know that you was able to check it out. What was your thoughts on the interview?
The interview was cool. I didn't like the topic with Ron Goodall. I didn't like the headline, but you be doing that shit sometime too. The clickbait shit.
Yeah, yeah. The title, you got to make it a little like.
Yeah, I didn't like the title, and then he baited him. He
But wait a
baited
minute,
him
wait a
in
minute. Did he not say nothing that was not true?
the
What he say
He's the
for the
title
viewers?
said. The title said, Derek Quavez says, Norman picked the wrong cherry to duck Ennis or some shit like that. It was something to that magnitude. When Quavez know for a fact,
Like
we had already
you shouldn't have ducked Jaron Ennis for this cherry pick or something around those lines.
yeah, something on that, but Derek Quavez know for 1,000% fact that we had already agreed to fight him like 2 days. It was like a day or two before that any shit even came out. Top Rank brought it to us and was willing to put his fight aside. You know what I'm saying? We had already had the Cuevas fight was already offered to us. We agreed, he agreed. Everything was agreed upon for a day or two. It was like very, very short period of time. So it was agreed on for a day or two. Then next thing we fucking know, we didn't get a chance to sign the contract yet, but it was agreed upon. So next thing we know, Top Ram was gonna let us put that by the wayside because of course this was a big opportunity. And the negotiations fell through with that. So I'm like, okay, Ron Goodall might not have knew that shit. So that's one thing. But then it could be a language barrier thing. But it could be a lyrical language barrier thing, and maybe Ron didn't know that he was setting him up. I don't know. But he asked him. He was like, "So you're saying that he picked the wrong cherry or some shit?" That Ron asked him, like, "Bro, come on now, motherfucker. We was already supposed to fight you before that fight ever even came up and came about. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just that the draw in this fight didn't work out. So now we's back to your ass, back to the regular scheduled program. You know what I'm saying? It was simple as that. So that was the only part I did not like. But other than that, nah, he was very respectful. He's very respectful. We very respectful towards him. Like we ain't talking shit about him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, ain't no reason to talk shit. He's a formidable opponent. He knocked out 19 people out of 27 people he fought. That's pretty fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, even the loss he got was a split decision loss. But we looking to go in and make a statement. So you know what I mean? He in our way at this moment, so we gotta take him out.
What about the part that he said something about, your highlight win with Santillan, that he only had one hand, he had one powerful hand, and he has two powerful hands. What did you get about that? What you get from
He
that?
said who only had one power hand? Santia?
Santillan, yeah.
I heard him say that about the about power in both hands. That's fine. That's fine and good. I mean, if I'm mistaken,
Do
me
you
and you
believe that
talk.
though? Is that the truth though? Do you?
Let me get to my shit. If
Yeah,
I ain't mistaken, you yourself thought that Giovanni had more power than my son too, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
And
I had him winning the fight.
you you had him winning, and you thought he had more power. Hey, let's be real. How do you think he was gonna win? You keep it real. Do you think he'll knock him out?
Yeah.
So you thought Giovanni Santiago was gonna knock my son out,
Yo,
and my
because
and my
the
son
way
went
he
out, and
did.
my son, huh?
it's just like that. I got fooled off of that performance with what you call it? What was his
It's
name?
not now
Alex
we
Rocha. I
can't
mean,
do that.
he put him to sleep, and like the last couple fights, he's shown to have power. But
I,
you just look at some of the
but we
opponents.
can't
Alex
say, but we
Rocha was
can't.
a credible guy.
Absolutely. So listen, so you can't, we got to stop minimizing people because it ain't because of the next person.
Yeah,
You just minimize his performance against Rocha by saying you got food. You didn't get food. That's what he did to Rocha.
yeah. A better
We
fighter
all,
came
we,
in. A better fighter
right?
came in. That's it.
We all know, and we all say there's levels to this shit, right?
Hmm.
So at that night, my son proved and showed he was
He
on a
was just
different level.
better. Yeah, he was just better.
He stood. He stood there. He fought. Again. I did this interview with you before. And said the same thing. I had a different game plan. We had what my son was doing as part of the game plan because I wanted him to earn his respect, show his respect, and show the people what we know. I didn't know he was going to do it for so long and do what he did, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I had an easy game plan. The game plan I had for him was it was fucking beautiful. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not disappointed in my son's game plan. His plan and what he did was part of it, but it was only certain parts of it. I just wanted to do it sometime and show him this, show him that, to show him, look, I can beat you at your game too. My son fucking chose to do that shit 80% of the fight. You know what I'm saying? He only stuck to my game plan, not even 20%. He probably stuck to my game plan 5% of the fight. So 95% of the fight, he fought Santillan fight. You know what I'm saying? And he stood there toe to toe. He was right there. Santiago didn't have to find him. He didn't go nowhere. It was a beautiful performance. You know what I'm saying? So I was cool with that. I was cool with that. And it's a fan friendly fight. I was okay with the punches he took. He didn't take no punches that hurt him. He didn't take no punches I think that he was in any trouble at all. I seen his face. His face was clear, and you seen his eyes. He never looked wobbled, never looked flustered, none of that shit. If anything, he get knocked off balance a little bit, get his shit together, come right back. I mean, it was a beautiful performance, and he broke a grown man down that's been fighting for this all his life. 32 fights, 32-0 in his hometown. That was his dream. We're talking about Santillan here. That was a dream for Santillan. Unfortunately, that's our dream too. So unfortunately, somebody had to win, and that night, God chose us to win. So it is what it is.
Nah, it was well deserved.
Right.
Um, but leading into this, right? You guys have so much things going on in the welterweight division. You and I were talking about this. Um, we have Ennis fighting Stanionis. But I wanted to also get your thoughts on this, like, you know, um, we hear Teofimo Lopez in this big fight with Cinco de Mayo weekend. I want to also get your thoughts on, Turkey Al Sheikh putting that whole card together. It's like a three fight weekend. You got Inoue on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Got
I think
Canelo on
that's gonna be an
Saturday.
amazing. Yeah, that's gonna be an amazing weekend for boxing, man. It's gonna be an amazing weekend for boxing. The one on May 2nd, I probably end up going to. I like that card. The one that's outside the Madison Square Garden. So
Hmm.
yeah, we'll probably go out. We'll probably go out to that one. Then 2 weeks after us, you got Jaron, Ennis, and Stanionis. So with that Rain magazine bullshit belt though, I'm not saying it's a bullshit belt. I'm saying that's bullshit as far as the two best. Like, how can you say these are the two best when by facts they're not the two best? You know what I mean? Stanionis has 15 fights. He's been around 10 years, 8 years. He's been around for a long time. He got 15 fights, been around forever. His best win, and this is not to discredit Stanionis. I mean, he's a good fighter. But you can't call him a great fighter. Again, just like my son, you can't call him a great. I don't call my son great. You have to prove yourself to be great. You know what I mean? So they killing me calling people great. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, y'all throwing around greatness? You feel what I'm saying? These are young kids just starting the game. Floyd was great. Bud is great. At this point, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? You got Zab is great. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's proven to be great, but none of these motherfuckers right now on this lower tier has proven to be great. So we got to stop throwing that shit around. You know what I'm saying? Again, let's be clear. Even with Brian Norman, I heard my son say that he's supposed to feel you got to think you're great in order to be great. I heard my son say an interview. He did an interview the other day with somebody else, the English guy you was talking about, and I heard him talking about greatness, and that's wonderful. You got to believe you're great and strive for greatness and be great, and you know what I'm saying, to be great. But me myself, I'm not throwing greatness around like that. Great is the best you can fucking be. You feel what I'm saying? So, again, with that being said, they say the two best fighters at 147. All I see is two motherfuckers, and this is calling the motherfuckers is not meant to be disrespectful. It's just how I, speak. So I see two fighters. All I see is two fighters that have been in the game 8 years minimum. They've been in the game 8 years minimum. Neither one of them have fought top tier people at all. That's you can't name anybody that they named that's top. All of Stanionis fought. His best fight was against Gabriel Maestro. Gabriel Maestro had 6 fights when he fought. That was his last fight and his best test.
Yeah, but
I mean, come on.
They fought in the Pan Am and Olympics.
That's amateur.
That's like the top of the top.
But it's amateur. You see people, listen to me. You see people, you know who you remember Rocky Juarez?
Rocky who?
Rocky Juarez. Do you remember him? I don't know how long you've been following. He's from back in the day. I don't know how long you've been following boxing, but there's a lot of people that came out the Olympics that had Rashid Warren.
That they haven't, progressed in the pros for
sure.
Yes,
it's a lot, and that's the whole point. It's a lot of people that came out of the Olympics that just don't do the same as in the pros. So it's just crazy how that shit.
It's easier to gauge where you're at versus a guy just come out of nowhere.
Now
just
watch this.
Talk his way into some of
these
fights.
All right, so check this out. Now that's good that you said. I'm glad you said that because their careers prove that theory, what you just said, wrong. Because you would think as top of the class as they were when they came in, they would shoot to stardom. They would, you know what I'm saying? They would be able to easily go through the pros, you know what I'm saying, with the experience that they have and, 300 fights and 200 fights and shit like that, whatever, but they don't. So that's why I'm never a fan of all of this eye test shit and everything, because there's so many different factors when it comes to the eye test, when it comes to the amateur boxing. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different factors when it comes to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm never a fan of that. So again, like I said, with Stanionis, his best fight was against Gabriel Maestro that had 6 fights. I think he fought one more person or whatever, but we talking fucking 7-8 years with 15 fights, bro, and 9 knockouts in them 15 fights. So I mean, he doesn't have major power. Again, this is not discredit. I'm a fucking realist. People hate me, you know that. I'm known for being hated because I'm a realist. I speak the real. I'm gonna speak the real on my son. I'm gonna speak the real on Boots. I'm gonna speak the real on Stanionis. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak the real, and the real is saying that. I have never seen a magnificent performance from Stanionis. Have you? What was his most magnificent?